Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? So, here we are, back again. All right, everybody smiling? So, here we go. We're going to have a bit of plate wobble. Yeah, it's the plate on the Eiffel Tower trick, yeah. And it's morning time, so I'm having a nice cup of coffee from my Stevenage mug. Yeah. Okay, so, without much ado, it is Bernie's Dear Albert. Here we go. It's the Dear Albert and Auntie Edna stories. All these weird things that have been happening since the virus started. Yeah, all these really, really weird things. So, what I'm doing is I'm telling you, Uncle Albert, and you, lovely Auntie Edna, about life outside since this virus crisis started. And it's really, really scary, isn't it, eh? Oh, blimey. Anyway, do you remember me friend Emu? My friend Emu's here. And, yeah, here we go. Emu's going to do a nice little trick for you. Hello, everybody. Good morning. And, so, we've got my magic bag here, can you see? And, Emu, I want you to go in there and show everybody that it's empty. Yeah, go on, mate. Yeah, you be brave. Go on. Yeah, you just got to stick your head in there and it should be all right. Oh, well done, Emu. Yeah, Emu is showing you, everybody, that the bag is empty. And we're going to go like that. And it's inside out now. And there we go. So, Emu, shove it all back. And now, Emu, I want you to say stinky poo into the bag, all right? Stinky poo, stinky poo, stinky poo. Oh dear, whatever's in the bag, it's wobbling. Can you see? The bag is wobbling, it's wobbling. It's wobbling loads. Ooh, something's inside the bag. What could it be? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Anyway, Emu, I want you to go in there and go and get whatever's in the bag out. Yeah, go on, Emu, be brave. All right. It's a bloody rhythm, it's a big spider, quickly, woo-hoo-hoo. Say go away, go away, go away, go away. Oh, it's gone now. There we go, it's gone. Yeah, it's absolutely gone. Can you see? It's empty now. Isn't that good? Didn't Emu do well? Let's give Emu a big nice round of applause. There we go. That was good, wasn't it? No, so how are we doing, Auntie Edna? Are you making loads of nice little Easter hats? Aren't these nice? Look at the one with the eggs on, though. Can you see that one there? Isn't that funny? He's got a tray of eggs. And then, but I like these down here. Aren't they beautiful? Whoa, all these flowers. Oh, yeah. Anyway, how are you old folks coping with Twitter and YouTube and all them things, you know, all them YouTube. Oh, I got one. Somebody's watching. Hello, Paula. Anyway, I was just wondering how you... Uncle Albert, how on earth are you coping with YouTube, Twitter and Facebook and all them things? Anyway, I've really got my doubts about them, you know, because I think it affects youngsters. They they just want instant gratification nowadays with all this YouTube and fiddling away on the computers. Anyway, what do you get if you have YouTube, Twitter and Facebook added together? Guess what? You get... Oh, shuffling with me bits of paper. You get you twit face. You get you twit face. Isn't that good? Anyway, that's the problem, you know, Uncle Albert. You know, they get the... Oh, I forgot to put my thing up. Oh, I did. No, I did say it. I'm telling Uncle Albert and Auntie Edna, Paula, all about how weird life is ever since the virus started. Anyway, as you know, I was working away in the care homes and I was doing lots of lovely work for all sorts of organisations, very often I'd stay all day long, and earn less than the living minimum wage, just out of kindness. And very often I was doing like free shows for the care homes to help them with their fundraising, to help them get money and things like that. And I was voted best entertainer for a care home company called Outstanding Care. You know, but as soon as the virus came, all the care homes said, you stop coming, and what happens to you, we don't care. So what was I going to do? I had no money coming in. What could I do? So, yes, well, guess what? I joined a courier company. I won't mention their name, but this courier company don't have professional vans. What we all do is we have cars. I've just got cars in the car park. Is we buy up old bangers and we drive around in them. Can you see? This is like the sort of car we got, you know, with a rust, and it's got dents and scratches on, because we fill our cars up with parcels and we can't see where we're going when we're reversing like that. And you go bing into a lamppost, or you go bing, and you scrape the side of walls and that. So all these veteran couriers like me, we've got really poxy cars like that, and we wear them out. They get knackered, and we climb in the pavements, and you know, they're not designed like SUVs and all them. Then we're not designed to be going round and round, up and down like we do. Oh, don't touch your face with the virus outbreak, Bernie. Oh dear. Anyway, there we are. So what we do, I've been driving along, and can you imagine, everybody's at home now with this virus outbreak, so all the streets are full, and you're driving up the hill, and you're going along in your old banger, and I've got one wheel at the front, it's got a slow puncture, and it's going down very slowly, so I keep pumping it up with air, and then the other one is looking rather worn. Anyway, I'm going along in my old banger car with my dents and everything, and then you meet halfway up the hill a lovely car like this. And it's some rich man inside this lovely car looking like this. And his face, invariably, he's got dark glasses. Or if he ain't got dark glasses, and he looks poker faced. They all look poker faced, these people. And guess who has to give way? Me! So there I am, reversing with all my bloody parcels and all that, and they're falling on my head. Because, and you meet these other cars like that, you know, and it's weird. You know, it's weird because I'm going along and they go beep, 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 beep. So, and it's quite hard, you see. This parcel lot, what you have to do is you fill up your car with loads and loads of parcels like that. And what you do, if you know around, it's really clever. What you do, you stack all the ones at the last of the round at the bottom of the heap, right? And then you put the first parcels in the passenger seat next to you, and you do it all in order, which is clever, isn't it? But when you don't know around, you're in trouble because you don't know where you're going, you see? And what class area, but at the moment, you see, some of these lower class council estates aren't ordering at all. One day I had one side of the road, nice posh new houses estate, and then the other side of the road, council houses estate, and the council houses estate only had one parcel, and this side of the road, where the more affluent people live, they had loads and loads and loads and loads of parcels. See, so that's sign of the times, isn't it? You know, it's me society, isn't it? Me society. So there I am driving along. When you drive along, you're going in this sort of council house, and normally you can see the house numbers all right, but you kind of go, oh, they're a bit funny the way the numbers are, and you're going along like that. Oh yes, yeah, and then you go, and you go looking for number 69, number 69. Ooh, and you're going, ooh, is that the one? Ooh, like that. And then you go in the middle class areas, a little bit more difficult because a bit further away, and they've got gardens, and the numbers aren't always very, very visible, you know. And then and then you kind of looking, and then you go, oh. Paula said her dad thought Facebook was a load of crap. And he used to say he called it Facepack. Facepack, I like that, Paula, well done. Anyway, so there you are, you're driving along, and then so the middle class areas, you can see the numbers sort of, they're over in the distance, and you're looking at bushes, and you're driving quite slowly, of course, because you go, oh, what's on earth? Where's 69? Woo. And then you're going along like that. And then in the very rich areas, you got no bloody hope, because all the houses got posh names, haven't they? There's no order at all. It's all potluck. And you have to go, oh, where's Hyacinth's Range? And you go, anyway, you're going along like this, and there's hardly anybody on the roads, and it's quite difficult, because, like I was saying, there's cars all parked up, because everybody's indoors, keeping safe. Only us wacky key workers can take the risk of going outside like me. We're disposable. We're the plebs of society. We're the G economy, where you don't get holiday pay. The company we work for don't give us gloves or masks to wear. No, we're disposable. We're the gig economy. We don't get holiday pay or sick pay. We're just like, and you're driving around all day. Anyway, what happens is you're looking for the house like that, and you go beep, and then guess what happens? You hear beep, 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 and it's one of these big cars behind you, and they're getting bigger and bigger. It's one of these big SUVs saying, get out of the way, the road is mine, me, get out of the way, you slow bastard. And the people got no patience. Where are they rushing to? They're rushing home to get more bog roll at home. They need to have 3 years supply of bog roll, not just one, they need 3. That's why, and their car's full of bog roll, these big cars. And when you meet them the other way, I'm the one that has to climb the pavement to get out their way because they're superior. Yes. And they've got these special cars that go all over big bumps, and they can go up hills, and they're 4-wheel drive jobs. Do they ever use that? No, I'm the one that has to get out of the way. And these cars get so big. Have you been to the Lister Hospital? You always get one of these, and they cause a massive... They're not designed for modern society. They just care about themselves. They can't even park in the car park at Tesco's. And when in the Lister, they're so big, they cause a massive traffic jam, and they make everybody late for their appointments. Anyway, what do they care? Oh, anyway, there I was driving along, and they sent me to this area, hopeless. I think I paid. You see, we get paid per parcel, and you get a rate per parcel and on the size and all that. But if it's a box, you get a little bit more. If it's a little packet thing. But mysteriously, the company that sent us out seem to call everything a packet, even if it's a bloody great big box. Very clever, because they charge the customer £6, and then we get 50p for delivering this big box. And you've got to do an awful lot of parcels to earn a living, haven't you? So there I was, driving around an area I've never been to before. 87 miles I did that day, and I don't know how many parcels I did. Not very many. Anyway, the sat-nav helps you out, you see, but I don't know why, but the sat-nav takes me round and round in circles, and I'm going, oh, that's a nice pub. That's the Lord Louis pub. And you go, oh, that's the Lord Louis pub again. Oh, that is a nice pub. And then you go, oh, that's the Lord Louis pub again. I think I've seen that before. I think I've been round here. And it takes you up all these weird ways and different ways. Not that reliable, really, anyway. So, anyway, I'm going along down the road, and I go there, and there's this private lane bit, and I can see the house, call it the sat-nav, is just over this gatey thing at the end of this lady's drive, and I'm thinking, oh, I wonder if they were all joined together at one time, and this was the road. Anyway, I'm driving very gingerly along the private road, very slowly, and then suddenly... What are you doing on my private road? And this woman's going, why are you on my private road? And she was banging my car. How would she like me to bang her car like that? And she said, get off my land. This is private land. This is private. And I thought, oh my God, blimey. And I said to her, madam, please, these are very difficult times. I'm a poor old fellow down on his luck. I earn about what your husband earns in an hour, I earn all day, or sometimes it takes me 2 days to earn what he does in an hour. And just, in these very difficult times, a little bit more kindness towards us unfortunate ones wouldn't go amiss, madam. Oh, dear, but some people are not very nice, are they? Anyway, I bet you she's got loads of bog roll in her house and loads of tins of pasta and all the tins of tomato and all that because the shops are empty, weren't they? I bet you she's got a big, massive stockade. And what the poor people that have to go to the food banks, she couldn't give a shit about, could she? No. Anyway, let's cheer up. I wanted to tell you jokes about couriers, but I'm still working on the delivery. Anyway, I was delivering the other day a local drop in a nice area, and I quite like the job actually because you do meet nice people. Yeah. And they're not all horrible people like that lady in her castle in the countryside. And we're about time we're a bit more spinning the plates. Here we go. Ooh, isn't that good? Isn't that good? Anyway, I better keep going. Anyway, this was in the early days of all this crisis thing, and I was delivering, and what you stand well back. I was about 8-10 foot away from this little old lady. She was quite pleased because she's all on her own in isolation. She's not allowed to go and talk to go out at all. And so she's quite pleased with my delivery, very grateful. And she quite liked a little chat. I said, oh, you've got a very nice house. I stand back of that. And she's chatting away. And she's talking about her daughter, And her daughter is a paramedic. Hero, as far as I'm concerned. And the supermarket down the road, Sainsbury's, at the time, had these huge queues. Anyway, this paramedic, they just started out this scheme of NHS people being able to go because they've been going to the shops and it's been empty. So they said, right, first thing in the morning, NHS people could go inside the shops and do some shopping before the general public, the smelly public, can go in. So there she is. And her daughter went along, and her daughter just finished a 12 to 14 hour shift, working all night, looking after us bloody lot, And so there she was, and she went down, and all this rabble were outside, and there was no social distancing going on, and I've had to blot out their faces. I made them all green, and I think it's quite appropriate, really, the green colour. Anyway, they're all going down there, and this lady who's having to be on her own, nobody's allowed to go near her because she's on treatment, She's on this like cancer treatment where your antibodies are lowered. So she's got very few defences, and because she's on chemotherapy. So that is so serious. Nobody can go near her. And she's got to stay indoors all on her own for months and months and months. So her daughter, who's a paramedic, came to see her, and she was standing across the road talking to her, and her daughter paramedic started crying. Yeah. And this lady, naturally being a nice mum, a tactile mum, wanted to give her a cuddle. And what she was crying about was these nasty people queuing up outside Sainsbury's as she went in, started spitting at her, saying, you go back to being your ambulance job. And they were like, you shouldn't be going in the shop before us. You should be in your ambulance looking after us, you lazy cow. And they started spitting at her. I mean, cool, disgusting, isn't it? Hey, isn't that disgusting? And then a few days later, they're all outside their houses. A couple of weeks later, going, oh. should be all year round, that, you know, not all just now when you really... Anyway, this poor lady, you know, and she said, I'm ever so tactile, and I really wanted to cuddle my daughter to reconcile her, but I couldn't because of this virus outbreak. And I'm so tactile, and I know my lovely friend Paula, who's watching now, is also a tactile girl, and I'm really worried because Paul and me are quite unusual, because most of the British people are very, very reserved, you know, very, very reserved. Oh, Paula's agreeing with me. I've got nice little bubbles going up. And anyway, they're like, very reserved. They go, and you go near them, they go, anyway, this virus thing's making everybody worse, because you can't go 10 foot near anybody. When we go shopping, we'll go do, 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 and somebody's coming that way, and you have to go, and then going that way, and you go do, 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 and you go do, do, do. Anyway, this is going to be a weird dance, and we won't be allowed to go near anybody. Look. And it's going to be like that. You won't be able to touch anybody. It'll be forbidden. It will be forbidden. And talk about, I mean, Boris used to talk about people looking like letterboxes. Loads of people look like letterboxes. And they look like people out to play doctors and nurses. They look really weird with all their face masks and I'm really worried. You know, because... You see, I'm half French, and us continentals, we like to hug, and we like to kiss on the cheek and things like that. And now, it's not going to be allowed after this virus thing. Anyway, this shopping thing, what a disgrace. All this stampede. I was going to the shops after a hard day's work, and there was nothing left. I couldn't believe it. All the toilet rolls started going, and then it systematically it got worse and worse, and then all the hand wash stuff just disappeared all overnight. You couldn't get any. I, of all people, need sanitizer when I'm delivering all these weird parcels. There isn't any. Well, what the fuck about him? Eh? So, anyway, you need washing up liquid. All that disappeared. And then all the tins went. Nobody buys tins normally, but just like, it's like nuclear war outbreak, and they were stocking up. And I went in there, all the meat had gone. There was just like all empty shelves. And the poor little pensioners who couldn't go shopping. Too bad. People who can't afford to buy much shopping. Too bad. Do you know, during the war, you old folks had it right. You had rationing. This is an actual poster. There you are. Without rationing, there, you see that big fat cow sneaking all the stuff. You know, and she probably, in those days, had the equivalent of an SUV. She had a giant big car, no doubt. And this nice lady there, she can't do any shopping. Rationing, all fair, all smiles. Actually, during the war, the poor people before the war, who had very poor, inferior diets, during the war, because of rationing and the fair share of food, their diets went up. It was really good. And them fat people... They actually lost a little bit of weight during the war because of the rationing, and they had a very good balanced diet. And as a result, the health of the nation was really good. We had hardly any diabetes. Now, today, diabetes is rife. We got masses of it. And they had hardly any heart trouble. But now we got loads. And they had hardly any blood pressure issues. And now we got loads. And they were so active. Anyway, I was going to tell you about a lot of the... we drive around in the old bangers, don't we? Us couriers. And this is true. This was my old banger. And there, yes, it slid down the hill. I was driving along. I went to deliver this house. And I took the parcels. And I was going to the house. Boop, 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 boop. And I suddenly heard this horrible... And the car was sliding down the gravel drive. And it went... And then it went over this little wall thing, and it went into the house. Oh, and that was my problem, because I'm self-employed. Oh, God. The adventures of being a courier, I tell you, it's not very funny at times. So, the other thing that I hate of this company, can you see? Everybody, boo. Go boo. PCM are the most evil bastards ever. My wife went to deliver in this place. All these new flats and all these new developments have got PCM. right? And they don't allow delivery people to park up. My wife went and delivered there on a Sunday. She parked up in there, and some bastard went and took a photo of her car, and she was sent a fine. She appealed, said, "Oh, but look, I was delivering," and she got proof, and she got all the evidence from the courier company people we work for, and they said, "Tough luck. You're not allowed to park there. Only residents are allowed to park there." You're having a laugh. How are we supposed to carry these great big parcels all the way down there? Near us, there's a huge estate called Balls Park. Used to be a nice big manor house, and now they made it all into nice flats, and they've got all these security gates as you go in to keep the poor bastards out and from raiding their houses and when it gets bad. So you've got automatic gates, and you go, and then there's another. They've got a whole series of automatic gates with secret codes and things like that. And then in the inner one, not even the courier can go in. And then it's all surrounded by this bloody people with their signs saying no parking. How the f*** am I supposed to deliver there and walk all the way? And on top of that, they fine my wife £100. You imagine how many parcels we got to deliver to £100? I mean, bloody hell. Cool, blimey. I mean, that day my wife made a massive loss. I reckon she earned about 50 quid for all day work. And she had to pay this flight to these bastards. So, you people that live there and have these people do your parking, you're having a joke. Stop it, all right? Get rid of them. Have a more decent people. Oh, dear. It's not all doom and gloom. As I've been driving around, I've seen some nice people. Look, this man, he took his fence down so he could have a nice beer with his next door neighbour. And I've seen people chatting across the street. There was a little couple. He put his little chair with a beer that side of the road, and his nice neighbour the other side of the road, yards away, his safe distance, and they were chatting to each other. And I thought that was rather sweet, you know. And people actually getting a little bit nicer. You know, as I go around, they actually say thank you, which is nice, isn't it? Not many people say thank you, but it's nice. We're trying to go, but this here is, these intercom things are the courier's nightmare. So there you are, you turn up and you go, I want button number 31. So you go, ooh, and you go, bzz, 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 bzz. No answer. Bzz, 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 no answer. All right, I'll try their neighbour, number 32. Bzz, 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 bzz. No answer. Then you end up going, I'll just press all of them. But I won't press the bottom one there. That lady there who lives in the ground floor flat, I know her. She's 99 years old and I won't disturb her. So I go, but I don't bother the downstairs flat. They're all in there, but they don't want to answer the door. They don't want to talk on the intercom because they're frightened. They're frightened that you got the virus. They think that he might have the virus. So anyway, and guess who comes out? The 99-year-old lady. And I'm going, stand back there, stand back. Personal safety, what's it called? Social distancing, madam, keep away. I don't care. Somebody's got to let you in, dear. Oh, dear, you war generation, you're lovely. You're lovely. I mean, you're the only ones that hello, Lewis. I'm working hard, aren't I? Anyway, you're the only ones that open the doors and things like that to us. Oh, you're nice. All the others are frightened of us. They look at you like you've got a green head. Oh, he might have the virus. Oh. You know, in that first week, they all like, they didn't dare look at you. And people are really weird about the parcels. At one flat, I went, bzz, 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 and they went, hello? And I went, bzz, 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 hello? Can I help you? Oh, I've got a parcel for you, madam. Oh, we live on the 5th floor. Oh, a parcel? Oh, very well, we live on the 5th floor. Ooh. Anyway, so you run up, keeps you fit, you know, running up the stairs of the parcel. And you get to the top of the landing, you don't go right outside the door and you sort of push the parcel, you know, like sort of you go, and you leave it on the landing about 12 foot away from their front door, and then you retreat. So you don't want to embarrass them, because they're frightened of you, because they think that you've got the lurgy. Anyway, so you keep like that, and you watch them, and then they come out, and they went, and they looked at the box like that, and it was like, it was a radioactive thing. A radioactive poo had landed outside their front door. A radioactive poo. And they're going, ooh, ooh. And they go, oh dear, dearest, it was you that ordered this parcel. Oh dear. Oh. And people really worry. I mean, one lady, I went up to her, she said, don't leave it outside the front door. I said, oh, all right, madam. She said, can you take it round the back in the garden? I said, oh, all right, yes, all right. Yes, we want to leave it in the garden for a whole day, 12 hours before we approach it, in case you've infected it. I said, oh, right, oh, thank you, madam. And I got all these weird things. And another house, the alpha male leaps into action. He's the brave one, and he's running around, and he leaps and gets the parcel. He won't let his wife touch it, and he puts in the spare Sainsbury's bag like that in case it's contaminated, and then they take it round the back and they put it in their garage. And this man was chopping away at the cardboard, and he was destroying the cardboard and putting it in his bin. He wouldn't have any infected cardboard in his house. Oh no. Oh, it's rather nice. Everybody, I go and deliver the parcel. I go, bzz, 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 I'll leave it on their doorstep, and I walk away, and I always get, thank you. They always wait until they know that you're away out of, when they're in safe distance. They go, oh, thank you. And I go, not at all, madam, it's a pleasure, and things like that. And some people actually are brave enough to stand there. And what I do, I didn't realise, I used to play rugby years and years ago, and these old rugby skills I'm really good at it. I pass the parcel over the standard distance, like that, and it lands exactly here. And they have a little laugh about it. They go, I say, make sure you wash your hands, madam. And they go, oh, yes, of course. Because you have to wash your hands to keep safe. It's all right for me to die of the lurgy, but not you, good people, innit? So, anyway, some of them, they've been ordering loads and loads of toilet paper. We ain't got none in our house. No, we run out. Anyway, but some of the shops now, it's much better. We all queue up nice and gently, and you got the people there, and they only let a few of you in at a time. So you go around the shop, and it's really nice and calm in there, and you're the only one in the aisle, and you go, oh, that's nice, oh, look at that. You've got actual time, and you sort of linger in, and it's nice and cool in there, and you're going around, I'll buy some of that. And they've actually got a little bit of loo roll now in the shops, and they're starting to be able to stock up. Cool, the shops, they were knackered, you know. I'm quite friendly with some staff that work in the shops, and they said that first week when people were stampeding, it was awful. And they were all like close together then, weren't they? I reckon they were spreading the germs then. Anyway, time for something a bit lighter. Why did the toilet roll down the hill? Do you know, Uncle Albert, why the toilet rolled down the hill? Yeah, you know what it is, don't you? To get to the bottom. Anyway, Auntie Edna, thank you for your lovely knitting. You knitted me a lovely loo roll, a lovely crocheted loo roll. Thank you ever so much, Auntie Edna. That was really nice of you. Anyway, thank you all for watching. All my best to you, Uncle Albert and Auntie Edna. You're safe in the care home. You're much, much better off in the care home than being with all these funny people outside. They're all me. But hopefully, once this is all over, society might get a little bit more caring. I'm hoping that people become a bit more polite. That would be a start, wouldn't it? They say, oh, I'm actually worried about you, or, oh, can I help you, and things like that, instead of going, me. I've got to have all the toilet roll. I've got to have everything. I think, hopefully, people might get a little bit, and we should definitely get rid of this bloody gig economy. You know, when I first started work, I was a youngster, the catering industry used to have the wages council then, and there were strict rules. If any catering company or restaurant or hotel did not have, if they didn't give you a contract, the industrial tribunal would award you a contract. And we all had to have holiday pay. We had set minimum rates of pay and things like that. And everybody in the whole of the catering industry had this wages council thing. And it was really good. It meant that there was a standard that the employers had to employ you by. And there was no such thing as you just working as and when required. You were given a contract, and if your employer couldn't give you the 20 hours in your contract, you had to be paid for 20 hours. Tough titty. And they had to pay you sick pay, and they had to pay you holiday pay, and it was all set out in this wages council book. Well, that was all got rid of. It was set up, this wages council with the catering industry, by Winston Churchill, of all people. I really respect Winston Churchill. And the person that got rid of it was the one who got rid of the school milk. It was Mrs. Thatcher. And we had a sort of McDonaldisation come along. They came in during her time, and they started employing people, and you just had to work as and when required. And they give them nice little badges with stars on, but you just had to work as and when required, wouldn't it? So, anyway, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you, Paula, for being a lovely viewer, and all these other people that have been looking in. I don't know. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Look after your loo rolls everywhere. I've got this special one made by Aunt Edna Crochet. Isn't that lovely? I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use it, Aunt Edna, but... Anyway, thank you so much. Have you noticed my hair's getting all like... We've got no barbers now. My hair's growing really, really... I'm going to look like Sid Vicious soon. And in a couple of weeks' time, I shall look like an old hippie. Peace, man. Which I am, really. Anyway, lovely seeing you all. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.